Hello students, we now start electrochemistry. We are familiar to dry cell. Dry cell which is used in many instruments, many electronics instruments. Do you know how does dry cell generate electrical energy? Students, chemical reaction occurs in it generates the electric energy. Thus, in the dry cell, chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. Electrochemistry deals with the study of electrical energy can be converted into chemical energy and chemical energy again converted into electrical energy. So, the electrochemistry is the area of chemistry which is concerned with the interconversion of chemical and electrical energy. We know that in electrolysis, chemical and electrical energy can be converted into chemical energy. Means by passing of electricity, electrolytes decompose into ions, and these ions are separated with the help of the agencies of the electron. Okay, and in dry cell, chemical energy can be converted into electrical energy. So in electrochemistry, both the conversions we can study. Now it also deals with the resistance and conductance of the aqueous electrolytic solution. The determination of conductivities of aqueous electrolytic solution provide an information on the extent of the ionization of electrolyte in water. So, the study of electrochemical cell is important in the science and technology. It makes possible the manufacture of essential chemicals. You have learned preparation of NaOH widely used in the manufacture of soap, detergent, paper, and this is prepared by the electrolysis of NaCl in 11th standard. Okay, so also in 11th standard we learn about the redox reaction. Redox reaction forms of the basis of the generation of electricity by chemical reaction and also for the chemical reactions brought out by means of the electricity. The process are carried out in an electrochemical cell. The electrochemistry deals with the design and preparation of such cells. Okay, so electrical conduction. What is electrical conduction? We know that the electric current represents a charge transfer. A charge transfer or flow of electricity occur through substance called as conductor. Okay, so conductor, there are many types of conductor. First one, that is the metallic conduction. Through metals, we are familiar with the copper wire. So through metals, electric charge is transferred from one point to another point, and this is called as a metallic conduction. Metallic conductor are the electronic conductor. Second one, that is electrolytic and ionic conduction. Electrolytic conduction involves conduction of electric current by the movement of ions of the electrolyte. In this type, conduction of charge transfer occur in the form of the movement of ions through molten electrolyte or aqueous solution of electrolyte. The substance such as ionic salt or strong acid, weak acid, strong base, weak base are the electrolytes. These dissociates into ions when dissolved in a polar solvent such as water. In ionic solid dissociates into the ions in molten state as well. Here some activities is there. Take some samples like urea, glucose, acetic acid, cane sugar, sodium chloride, sodium hydroxide and others. Okay, and arrange the apparatus in this shown in the figure and check the electrical conductivity of this solution using this assembly. So from this we here observe that some of these they are non-conductor and some of these are the good conductor. So which are non-conductor and do not dissociates into ions in aqueous solution, they are unable to conduct electricity and they are called as a non-electrolyte. Whereas on the other hand, some substance like potassium chloride, acetic acid, sodium hydroxide, sulfuric acid, hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, potassium hydroxide, these are they dissociate into ions in aqueous solution and conducts electricity and they are called as a electrolyte. So the substances are mainly classified into non-electrolyte and electrolyte. Again, in a previous chapter, that is chapter ionic equilibria, here electrolyte are classified into two types. One is strong electrolyte, another is weak electrolyte. Strong electrolyte which is completely dissociates, 100% dissociates into ions and conduct electricity, called as strong electrolyte. Whereas weak electrolyte which dissociates feebly or very small extent in aqueous solution and show lower conductivities than those of the strong electrolyte, called as weak electrolyte. Next one, here electrical conduction and resistance. So we know that here Ohm's law, that is resistance is equal to V upon I. Resistance is equal to V upon I, that is V divided by I is equal to R, and R is called as resistance. So SI unit of V means potential difference, that is volt, and that is current, it is in a ampere. So volt upon ampere is called as a resistance and its unit is, that is symbolically represented as this omega. Or here on the other hand, electrical conductance it is represented by G, and G is equal to 1 upon R. So here SI unit of G is a Siemens, it is a Ohm inverse, this is a Ohm inverse. So here R is equal to rho L upon A, because the electrical resistance of a conductor is proportional to the length. R is proportional to the length and inversely proportional to the cross section of area A. So here R is equal to this is rho into L upon A. This is a resistance and rho is called as the resistivity. So it is also called as proportionality constant, but for resistance then it is called as resistivity. It is the resistance of conductor of unit length and unit cross section of area, that is called as a resistivity. Then next one, that is a conductivity, which is inversely proportional or which is opposite to that of the resistance. Okay. So conductivity, here G is equal to 1 upon R. R is directly proportional to length and inversely proportional to the area of cross section, and here conductivity is represented by G. It is directly proportional to the area and inversely proportional to the length. So here G is equal to K into A upon L, where K is called as a conductivity. So conductivity is the electrical conductance of the conductor of unit length and unit area of cross section. In other words, the conductivity is the electrical conductance of unit cube of material. That is, conductivity of solution of an electrolyte is called as electrolytic conductivity, which is referred to the electrical conductance of unit volume 1 meter cube or 1 centimeter cube. That is, K is equal to, we know that here K is equal to G L upon A, which is equal to 1 upon R L upon A. But here combination of this 5.5 and 5.3, here 5.3 and 5.5, we know that here we can prove that K is equal to 1 upon rho. So conductivity is equal to 1 upon resistivity. Here some units are there: length meter, common unit centimeter, area SI unit meter square, here centimeter square, resistance ohm, and again common unit is ohm, conductivity here Siemens meter inverse, or here common unit ohm inverse, centimeter inverse. Now just like here conductivity, another that is most important, molar conductivity of the solution. Means conductivity or resistivity, it is related to the electronic conductor. In chemistry, the solution plays an important role, and that's why molar conductivity is the most important. The electrolytic conductivity is not suitable for comparing the conductivity of the solutions. The conductivity of the solution depends on numbers of ions present in the unit volume of the solution. The solution of higher concentration contains more ions and exhibits higher conductivity than the solution of lower concentration. To compare the conductivities of different solutions, they must have same concentration. In 1880, German physicist Kohlrausch introduced the term molar conductivity. It is denoted by lambda or inverted V. So inverted V or lambda, that is molar conductivity, is given by K upon C. So to understand the significance of molar conductivity, consider volume of the solution containing 1 mole of dissolved electrolyte. Suppose solution is placed between the two parallel electrodes 1 centimeter apart from each other, large enough to accommodate it. The electrical conductance exhibit this solution is molar conductivity, and the molar conductivity is the electrical conductance generated by all the ions in 1 mole of the electrolyte. Now relation between K and rho, that is molar conductivity and conductivity. So here the relation between molar conductivity and conductivity is equal to molar conductivity is equal to here K into volume, where concentration is C, moles per liter. So here C moles per liter means concentration divided by 1000. Here C upon 1000 moles per centimeter cube. V is a solution in centimeter cube containing 1 mole of electrolyte, is reciprocal of the concentration. We know that here V is equal to 1 upon C, or C is equal to 1 by V. So here V is equal to 1 upon concentration, and that's why here molar conductivity, here V is equal to 1000 upon C, and therefore molar conductivity is equal to molar conductivity inverted V or lambda is equal to 1000 K upon C. This is molar conductivity. Now we solve some problems. The molar conductivity, the given problem, molar conductivity of 0.05 molar BaCl2 solution at 25 degrees Celsius is 223 Siemens or ohm inverse, centimeter square, mole inverse. What is the conductivity of the solution? Here inverted V, that is lambda, is equal to 1000 K upon C. Now here in this problem we have to calculate conductivity, that is K, and given is lambda. The value of lambda is 0.05, C is 0.05 molar, and the lambda is 223 ohm inverse centimeter square mole inverse. Okay, so putting this value in the given equation, we have here, hence K is equal to the unit of this value of lambda, that is 223, then concentration 0.05 divided by 1000, and finally we have K is equal to 0.0115 ohm inverse centimeter inverse. Okay, now on the basis of that you can solve some problems given below.